Accept. That was the word I chose as my intention for 2013. It was a word that ultimately had great significance for me, as 2013 was probably the most difficult year of my life, and was a year in which I really needed to learn to accept. You see, when my husband and I married nearly 14 years ago, I made it pretty clear that I didn't want children. I just couldn't imagine being pregnant, carrying a baby, giving birth, and then listening to that baby cry all night long. All aspects of motherhood scared the crap out of me. Then came December 19th, 2009. We were out of protection, and a heat-of-the-moment decision led me to say, just put a baby in me already. The next few days were met with giggly, shy conversations about whether or not I had been serious about what I had said. The part that scared me most was that I truly believed that I had been honest. In that moment, everything had changed. And suddenly, I could not imagine not being a mother. I envisioned getting pregnant within a few months and fully expected we would have a little bundle of joy by the following Christmas. But I was wrong. And 1 year led to 2, and we eventually found ourselves seeking help at a fertility clinic. After another 1.5 years of tests and surgeries and fertility drugs and the oh-so-romantic concept of timed intercourse, we decided that it was time to accept that perhaps we needed more help. And in January of 2013, we chose to accept the help of science and try IUI, or insemination, another oh-so-romantic idea. In mid-February, we had our first IUI, and just a few weeks later, it was so easy to accept those 2 pink lines indicating that we were finally, after 3 long years, expecting a baby. Because we had kept our fertility struggles a secret from our families, we had such a great time calling everyone and telling them the news. Everyone was so excited and surprised, and it made it so easy to accept that we had made the right decision. My mother-in-law wrapped up 1 pink and 1 blue tiny little onesie in identical packages and told me to pick one. She said the color we chose would indicate if we were having a boy or a girl. It didn't matter to me, but when I pulled out that pink onesie, I immediately began thinking of names and imagining how I would decorate the nursery and all of the cute little clothes I would get to buy. I began to accept the role of mother and accept that we were going to soon be a family of 3. Unfortunately, as quickly as the joy came, so came the sorrow, when on March 18th, I had to accept that there was no tiny heartbeat, and I had to accept when the doctor said, "I think you've lost the baby." As the room spun around me and the tears fell and my husband just stood there in stark silence, I knew I was going to have to accept that I was facing my darkest hour. How could this miracle be undone with such ease? How could this be happening? How are we going to accept this? The next few days, weeks, and months were difficult at best as I dealt with health issues that resulted from the miscarriage, and we tried to mend our broken hearts. We needed to make decisions about how we planned to proceed with our future as parents, but I couldn't get past where we were now. Weren't we already parents? Wasn't I already a mother? That was the most difficult of everything to accept. So for all the women out there who have ever walked this lonely path, I say yes, we are mothers, and we should accept that role with grace, dignity, and joy. We should hold our heads high and know that while we can't hold our babies in our hands, we can certainly hold them in our hearts. Thank you.